So it's been a month and 3 days since two police officers' lives were taken, and Dezi Freeman took off into the bush and was never seen again. And although every single news outlet in the country has not done one story on this, the biggest story in the country since it was the month day, but I have found a little gem today that you guys are going to want to see. Was one of the police officers that's lives was taken actually an actor?
All I have in this world is my laws and my word, and I don't break them for good. What's my
Rightio legends, Chaos Chronicles, and we're back again with another video. And so today I'm doing a Dezi Freeman update, seeing as every single person on the planet has seemed to have forgotten that Dezi Freeman has existed. So I don't know what's going on and why the media has stopped doing Dezi Freeman stories like it was the biggest story in the country for years past, and then all of a sudden every single media outlet in the country on the day that it turned a month old, stopped reporting on it. And so, really, there's not really many updates. I mean, the updates are, like I said, you had Stanley Murovich was arrested at his house in Myrtleford last week and was released without charge because he had absolutely zero connection with Dezi Freeman. And then obviously we had the um, Albino Goodwill D'Souza, that was the PDF file that was banned from posting on the internet, that got charged for trying to incite hate against the police on the internet. And he's where he needs to be anyway, is a PDF file, and that's where they need to be. And so there's not really been many updates, but I'll tell you what, I found a little nugget, and this is a nugget. So I think it's important for me to say right here and right now that I take no sides in this matter whatsoever, and I am just reporting on the facts that are out there, and the fact that I found that one of these police officers was an actor. And so I think that's just absolutely crazy, because so many people are saying in the conspiracy circle that, they were crisis actors and whatnot. And so it turns out that one of them actually was an actor, and let's have a look at this. Rightio. So this is a movie that's available on YouTube. So every single person can see this. So this is a movie that's called Lisonge. So Lesonge. And so we're not going to watch the whole movie. It's only a 20-minute movie anyway. And so it shows one of the police officers as a child, and then at the end, I'm going to fast forward to the end of the movie so I can show you that this guy's name is in this. And so the character's name in this movie is actually Vadim as well. So let's have a look. So I'm going to put a picture up here. And once again, there is absolutely no disrespect in what I'm saying here. I'm just stating facts, and this is what people need to see. So I'm going to put a picture up of one of the fallen officers. Rest in peace. And but yeah, have a look at this.
Colors are rather beautiful.
C'est vrai. J'ai des problèmes avec les couleurs. Je sais pas comment m'y prendre.
Et l'hiver, là où tout est gris et blanc. Vous préférez l'hiver?
Non. Ça peut paraître étrange.
So in the movie, he speaks in French and in English as well.
Mais je ne fais jamais de photos en hiver. Peut-être parce que justement, il n'y a pas de couleurs. Et puis une œuvre d'art, un amour, ça commence toujours en été.
When I take photos, there's always in color,
Tu prends des photos?
especially animals. Oh,
All
I
right,
also
I'm
stick in
gonna-
my diary.
Qu'est-ce que t'écris?
English.
J'écris ma vie.
À ton âge? Tu nous raconteras ça?
So anyway, we're going to fast forward to another bit so you can see a little bit more clearer. So I don't know what's going on here. I think that somebody has drowned in the lake, but as you can see, that is definitely the same person. Once again, I will put a photo up there so you can see. So yeah, once again, I don't really know what goes on in this movie. I can't speak French, so I don't really know. But yeah, once again, this is a movie that's called Lesonge, Lesonge. All right, so we're going to go to the credits at the end of the movie, and I'm going to show you. Watch. They are going to come up. So this is the guy that directed it. And then in a moment, the name is going to come rolling up on the screen. You ready? Right there. Vadim, played by Vadim Dewart Hotat. Now, I would imagine that is not a very, very common name, but the fact that this person looks exactly the same and this is this person. And so if you go into this person's profiles and stuff before he became a police officer, so he also has what is called an IMDb file. So that is a file that you can only get if you are an actor. I'm going to put a little screenshot from the IMDb file on there. But what about that? That is like absolute undeniable fact right there. And I think that is just absolutely bonkers. And it blew my mind when I found this out today. And I just thought, I have got to get this out there and let you guys know ASAP. So, yeah, once again, I don't take any sides in this matter. I think it's very horrible what's happened. But I just think it's really crazy that one of these police officers was an actor when all of the conspiracy theorists were saying that, you know, the police officers were crisis actors and all this kind of stuff. I mean, when facts are facts, you can't argue with them. And that's exactly why I brought this to you today. Now, all of you guys said at the start when I started doing this Dezi Freeman stuff that you guys don't even watch the news anymore because they talk shite and you'd rather watch me because I bring the facts. And so that's exactly why I brought this to you today, because I think that this is something that people need to be talking about, like stuff like this. And also the fact that right up until the day this incident turned a month old, they literally were posting like 4 or 5 stories a day about Dezi Freeman. And then from the month mark, there is not one story to be posted about Dezi Freeman. And I think that says a lot as well. And if you ask me, it is because the Victorian police and the government absolutely know that this is like embarrassing for them. Like it's costing them over $1 million per day to have all them people out there and still with, like I said at the start, zero evidence and absolutely zero evidence against Dezi Freeman being caught. And so, you know, I also think it's important that you know he kind of needs to get caught, so a second side of the story needs to be had, because so far, and I am the least conspiracy theorist person there is, but so far, and just because I spent my whole life in and out of prison before I turned my life around, there is always two sides to a story. And this is why it's important that you hear both sides of the story, because otherwise you're only hearing one side of the story. And you know, I think we are all in 2025 a lot smarter than to know that there's something a little bit more going on here. once again, I'm not taking sides. All I am going with is the facts that you guys keep putting out there for us to take in. And so I just think there's a lot of suspect stuff going on here. And yeah, I just think it's really funny how, this was the biggest story in Australia and then bang, just dead. No stories whatsoever. So what is going on? Like, where is the Dezi Freeman case today? Like, are they still searching the same area or have they moved? I've read reports saying that they have moved, but all the locals and that still tell me that they are still basically in the exact same area, pissing off the locals and yeah, with coming up with absolutely nothing. So it kind of like just seems like it's a big waste of money. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section, especially about old mate being an actor. Yeah, once again, it's absolutely sad as what's happened, and I'm not taking sides on this. But once again, I will put the facts out there, and I think that that's what we as the public deserve, and that's exactly why I'm doing that. So if you guys haven't already, please jump down there. If you're enjoying these updates and you're enjoying my content, please jump down there, shoot me a subscription. It's the best way to show your support. And if you smash that bell icon, you will never miss any of my clips again. I have been the Chaos Chronicles. You guys have been absolutely awesome. And as always, don't do drugs and crime and you won't end up in prison.